Use transformations to sketch the graph of g of x equals 2 to the negative x. Again, we'll start with f of x equals 2 to the x. If we want to change our function from 2 to the x to 2 to the negative x, the change that we need to make is to replace x with the opposite of x. And when we do that, that gives us a reflection, but it'll be a horizontal reflection. So we'll have a horizontal reflection about the y-axis. And so all of the points that are on the right-hand side of the y-axis need to move across to the left, and the ones down here that are on the left need to move across to the right. The point that's on the y-axis isn't going to change, but the rest of them will. So the ones on the right will be reflected to the left. And then the ones on the left will be reflected to the right. And when we take the horizontal asymptote and reflect it across the y-axis, it's going to remain exactly where it is. And so we end up connecting these dots with the same horizontal asymptote, just approaching it on the right side instead of the left. And we are increasing exponentially as we move up to the left. And this is the graph of g of x equals 2 to the negative x. But I want to point something out. We have already seen this graph before. This is one of the ones that we looked at in the lesson where we had a fractional base. And in fact, if we have g of x equals 2 to the negative x, remember that when we have a negative exponent, we can make it positive by moving it across the fraction bar. And so this is the same as 1 over 2 to the x. And 1 is the same as 1 to the x, because whatever power we raise 1 to, it's still 1. So we can rewrite this as 1 to the x over 2 to the x, and then we can write this as 1/2 to the x power. So we have already actually seen this function before, just written in a different way.